T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Can we talk? Come on and talk to me. I wanna come there. Come on and talk to me. Come on and talk to me.
Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you, girl. I really wanna know your name.
Maybe this will help.
All right, I figured I'd join the show. I'm here.
That's all anybody could ever ask for, brother.
Bruh, listen, man. We just
Ooh.
decided that we was gonna come in a little late, but we're gonna come in hella hot and get into this today, man. About to give y'all a hot hour of this thing called Maybe This Will Help, man.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to tonight's conversation, bro. Did you see the title?
Yes.
I'm still on it. I'm still on it, man. We've been on this path of soul searching, some reflection time when it comes to relationships. Like, you know, how do I know when to call it? And just looking at it through the lens of, man, did I break my own heart? Honestly, like any situation in life where you find yourself unhappy with the outcome, it's good to take a look at how you contributed along the way. Energy wise, vocabulary, your language, your confessions, all that, because you might look at that outcome a little different when you realize how much of that you were curating, either from fear, from doubt, or from just downright mismanagement.
Or even from past experiences. I know a lot of times we go into these relationships.
Yeah.
When we're on the topic of did I protect my heart? Sometimes we can overprotect because we know how hurt we got in the last relationship. We know what that did to us. That season we were in, a depression, and I'm not eating, and I'm not going to the gym the way I should because of what old girl or what old boy did to me in the relationship. So now when I go start dating or I go and try to get into my next relationship, now it's like I'm looking for issues. I'm looking for problems. I'm looking for what I saw in my last relationship as opposed to just dating, just finding out information, just trying to enjoy the process of finding your partner.
That's how we're gonna start today.
Yeah, man. You know, we got an hour. Let's get into it.
I feel like this is gonna be good because it just takes me back to sometimes we start this show, saying feeling some type of way about the topic, both of us, and then by the end of the show, we on something totally different. We're like,
that's
I wasn't expecting that. So maybe tonight it just be therapeutic for me.
Man, let's get it, man.
All right, cool. Well, you know what? Yeah, you want to go ahead and get into it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. So I got some questions tonight.
Oh.
I got some posts. So let's ease into it by going this route first.
Let's do it.
Since y'all don't know how to date, talking is we've exchanged numbers, do things on a friendship level, and maybe even had sex. Testing the waters to see. I feel like we're already off to a bad start. Dating, but no, this is culture, right?
Yeah.
Dating is we are spending time together doing various activities, movies, bowling, concerts, dinner, etc., as friends with a mutual interest in each other, but we still are allowed to talk to other people. Going back up to the definition of talk above.
Okay.
Dating exclusively. We are dating. However, we have cut off all other people we're interested in to focus on getting to know each other better. And then a relationship is we have made a mutual agreement to become a couple. It's just you and me, point blank, period. Some of y'all need this because your understanding about these things be crossed up and twisted up like crazy.
I think some people, we can actually leave that up while we're talking about it, since we both got the little side view.
But they won't see us on Instagram, but I'll leave it up.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, we can take it down. We can put it up when as needed. Nah, so I think a lot of times, also to add to your point, people like these kind of titles because it lets them know where we're at in the relationship, as opposed to I don't know, bro. I don't feel like me and Janae had any titles that we like sat down and talked. We're at this stage. Now we're at this stage. Now we're at this stage. Now we're at this stage. Because I was 6 stages, and that's just dating. We ain't even got to marriage. We ain't got to, proposal. We ain't got to engagement. Like none of that. Like it seems like a lot, bro. And I know people, and I've been in situations where if the female, or sometimes if the male wasn't able to check off all these boxes, they go into this panic. I don't know what we think. What are we doing? I need to know. And that can kind of drive people away.
So let's just start here, bro. This is a great place to start. Since we're talking about the topic of did I protect my heart?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the panic that happens when you like somebody and you're not sure how they feel about you. Know that nobody wants to be confused about how the other person feels, but if you don't know, I just want to say this publicly. Panic is not the only option when you don't know how someone feels about you. And when we talk about did I protect my own heart, I think that we need to take more time to think about what panic and anxiety does to the heart, what it does to the function of the brain, what it does to how I engage with this person and with this opportunity. Because too many people identify with, I'm just a panicker, I'm just a worrier, I just, I struggle with anxiety, and are doing nothing to really remedy that. And I think that's because we're not having a detailed enough conversation about, hey, you're hurting yourself. Not just the opportunity, you could be possibly sabotaging, you're hurting your own heart. And I think that if we recognize that we're doing self-damage, we might take a more proactive approach to saying, hey, I feel like I want to panic, but I know that that's not going to help the situation nor me.
Okay. So give us a practical scenario in which let's use you, and let's say, you're dating this young lady and it seems like the vibe is great, but for some reason you're feeling like, man, I just don't feel like she really into me as much as I'm into her, or I don't feel like the reciprocation is really there. What is something practical before you go off to the left and just start making up all these things in your head? What are some things that you can do to kind of regulate you before you get to that point?
Dude, so you asked me to find a real situation. I found one. And for sure. I mean, I'm not, bro, I think everybody struggled this to some degree at some point in their life. I'm looking at this, and my first thing is like, what is it that I'm really afraid of right now? Where is the panic coming from? Because I believe the panic attaches itself to a threat. And I think for me in this situation, I'm thinking about in my head, the threat was that, oh, shoot, this is going to be just like what happened in the past.
Yeah.
And so because I don't want that to happen, now I, without knowing, has slipped into a fight or flight frame of reference. And now everything is it's no longer about collecting data. It's about surviving confusion. And again, like even confusion is a great opportunity to see how well somebody communicates. But I can't see it through that lens or perspective if I'm in panic mode. All I know is that I need it becomes a hyper focus on you because what's been exposed is maybe your gaps, your holes, your insecurities, your hurts, your
Yeah.
wounds. None of those are bad things. They're just real things that being deeply interested in someone will uncover about you. And so for me, it was a lot of expectations, and communication was here. And not because I didn't want to communicate, it was just too
Right.
new. It was new.
Right. Right.
It was new. My expectations, we went out twice. My expectations jumped to here, but we hadn't even hung out enough in my communication to collect solid data on this person, right? And I've said this before to people who were dating me. I'm like, hey, is there any way I can just get an honest shot? I know that some of the things that I do may remind you of somebody else, but can you just continue to give me an honest shot? Which means that even if it looks like something from the past, let it play out a little bit further to see if I'm different or not. Because at the hint of someone looking like something from the past and you draw a conclusion, or I draw a conclusion about you, again, I don't think that's really protecting your heart, or like Mike said, overprotecting it, helicopter parenting your heart to where you're not going to even allow yourself to the kind of joy or happiness that you're really looking for.
That's good. And you said you hit the nail on the head. You don't allow yourself too much of anything, because now you're just focused on how can I make this not like the last situation. So if anything, you focus on your past as opposed to your present, and possibly even your future. And I done seen so many people kind of jack up relationships based on that anxiety and based on that fear. But you made a good point. You said this is so new. And I think a lot of people that deal with this, and I've dealt with it personally, this is so new. I don't want to over communicate. I don't want to make it seem like I'm too thirsty, or I'm on her too tough, or you know what I'm saying? So just with that, how have you navigated that? It may be soon to have this conversation of, are you feeling me the way I'm feeling you type of thing, or do you kind of play it cool? Like
you know what's crazy about this, bro? I think that a lot of times people wait until they're in it to try to prepare for it. Which, you know, if you are on the spot, if you are like a freestyler, then that may be your gift. But I think that these conversations happen ahead of time, like with your accountability people, like with your, you know what I'm saying, with your with you and I, like we're having conversations. So what if this shows up? You know what I'm saying? What do? You and I do a lot of scenario conversations. And I think that is helpful when it shows up for me to be like, okay, I really need to communicate at this point. You know what I'm saying, to you, versus just rely heavily on my feelings. We got I am my children's keeper said, I think I know where y'all both stand. It helps both to know how they are supposed to move. So I think this goes back to a communication piece of just being willing to be vulnerable and willing to look foolish. I think that we would have to at some point define what it really means to protect your heart, because there is a certain level of exposure and willing to look thirsty to a certain degree that I think is okay. It's not a lack of protection. What do you feel about that?
No, I agree with you 1,000%. I think that the more transparent the conversation is, the more you actually protect your heart. Because I think that minus conversation, you're doing your heart a disservice, because all you're doing is you're making up these scenarios in your head, assuming something that maybe the person hasn't even communicated to you. And so what that's doing is that's putting you back in the space of maybe that past relationship. That's putting you back in the space of feeling rejected, all because you didn't want to open up your mouth and say, hey, I'm feeling you a lot. And, you know, I honestly, I want to know if you're feeling me too.
So going back to the scenarios, keeping it very practical, I did that, bro. I expressed how I felt, because I think for me, I didn't want this to go in a direction I didn't like, and be able to draw it back to me not
being
communicative. Not being honest. Like I've been in that situation before where I've liked somebody, but I was trying to follow the culture's rules or standards, and you know what I'm saying, to play it cool, and you know what I'm saying, that, you know, say nonchalant guy type stuff. And I think that not even just in relationships, in business, trying to play it so cool has, I think, really disqualified me from a lot of opportunities, because I think there's a certain level of thirst that we all looking for. Not that
Yeah.
desperate type, but just that, hey, I really like you out of the blue, just like in the middle of a conversation. Like, I'm sorry, like, you're beautiful and I love the way you think. Just, I think that we're
For sure,
all
for sure.
looking for that willingness to just, disrupt the moment with something super sincere.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I am my children's keeper said, dating sucks nowadays. Nobody knows what steps they're supposed to take it to the next title. Go back to them titles, bro. Where you at?
like I said before, I feel like if you're dating, and I know who that is, and I know she's not dating for this reason, but I feel like there are people that are dating specifically so they can grab this title, because somehow having that title makes them feel like they've reached the next level in the game, not realizing that the title don't really mean nothing. People can still go out and do whatever it is they want to do. So if all I'm doing is trying to date so I can say I'm in a relationship, or I want to get into this so I can say I'm talking to somebody, or I'm not single no more, or I got a man, or I got a woman. I mean, you may want to think the reasoning behind why it is you're dating, because titles are empty word. It's empty.
Nah, bro, they got currency in the social space.
Okay.
Titles carry a lot of currency. They have a lot of societal worth.
Who can you cash that into, though? At the end of the day, you in a relationship, the reason you dating is to say that I got a girl now. That who can you cash that currency into? That it'll be worth something to propel your life.
Another person, because like we discussed before, like I'm about to drop the note that we've always said, because nothing's more attractive to some women than a man in a relationship. And so you saying that you're in a relationship already ups your quality to certain women who think that men don't commit. And now that they know you commit, now their only goal is just to get you from the one that you committed to and get you to commit to them. So I think it does serve some worth. Now let's look at the other side. For women, I think that from some of the women I've come across, or that I've dated, or that I know who were dating men, it does something to your online status to be able to say, hey, I'm no longer single. People have a tendency to trust your advice more. People start liking your stuff more because they think, oh, you've arrived at a place that I am not. So it gives you this form of kind of like superiority societally, where you're like, oh, shoot, this person's in a relationship. They must be trustworthy. They may be like this in real life. And I think that sometimes some people, men and women, will choose to be in a relationship with someone who gives them the title and doesn't treat them right, versus being with someone who treats them right but doesn't believe in titles.
That's so
at least none until fiance and marriage.
Oof. Does that seem backwards to you?
Nah, I think that's just a personal preference, and I don't want to fault anybody for needing what they need. But for me in my house, it's wild work.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that seems ridiculous.
He said, "I don't care what you're talking about."
I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and say that seems ridiculous to be in a relationship where you're verbally abused, mentally abused, sometimes even physically abused. And I'm not just talking about for women; I'm talking about for men too. Just so you can say, and let's take it all the way up the ladder to marriage. Just so you can say, "I'm married." Just so you can floss this ring, but you're gonna be in a relationship just so you can have that title. When the last guy you gave him, or the woman, you gave him the ultimatum: either we get married in the next year or I'm out. But he was treating you like a queen, or she was treating you like a king, but you needed that title so bad.
Let me just change the title into a paycheck. Would you rather have a job that pays well but is not your passion, or be an intern at a job that is your passion, they're just not paying you yet? Which one you want, Mike?
I need the bag, bro.
Exactly. And some people say the same thing. I need the title. But they know that this is not really the field that they want to be in, but they want the title, they want the bag, versus I'm gonna be over here where they don't pay yet, but I know that it's an internship. It's in the field, in the area of life that I want to be in, that I want to work in.
I don't know if I like that analogy because they
it got holes in it.
They're getting treated well.
Where
with the person that maybe doesn't want to give them the title, like
yes.
I was saying, they get treated well. Check off all the boxes, everything I've ever wanted, girl. He's so
but you
perfect.
didn't choose that one. You chose the bag. You didn't choose the internship.
Because I didn't.
Dating is like an internship. Dating should be like an internship. Don't come into it expecting to get paid and get a title. Just come into it expecting to say, "Hey, here's how I operate in this field." And then if somebody hires you on, it's as like a wife or a husband or a fiance.
Yeah.
I feel like these steps that we looked at earlier are just different levels of probationary period, because none of them are a real commitment.
I
you
agree,
just went
bro.
through 30 days of probationary period, and you qualified for another 60 days of probationary period to qualify for another 90 days of probationary period.
I couldn't do it. Even
you change your mind?
No. I would never do that. I would even with me and Janae, if she was that stuck on titles, that we probably wouldn't have made it.
McJellen said titles are overrated. She said, I'd rather have the job that's my passion without payment. Would you rather have your person? This is so. I just came back from a 3-day retreat, man. Yeah. And I spent a lot of time thinking about relationships, because when I first got there, I got hit with a hard question just in my own head. It was like, so you 46 now, what we doing? I was like, hello. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and the voice is still there. It's like, you almost 50. So this wife-child thing, you ready to give that up? You 50, bro. Like, are you still holding on to that child dream, bro? We missed that one. Like, what we doing? Like, that was the voice. So I had to reckon with some things out in nature, and nature was the best place to do it. But I'm thinking about this though, bro. Like, my person, or do you want to find your person, or do you want to find a person willing to do life the way you want to do it? Because some people want a partner so that they can have someone to join them on doing all the things they want to do in life. And some people want their person because their person is the thing they want to do. And I'm not talking about just sexually, but I just want to be infused with you. And however life looks like for us, it doesn't matter, because we're together. It's an us thing.
I would say this, bro, for people, because finding that person is not for everybody, and I understand that. But for the people that it is for those people that have always been like, man, it's that one person out there for me, and this and that. If you allow time to beat you down, to make you change what you said that you wanted, to make you not stand on the 10-toe business of there's that person, I think that I think that's settling. If I just say now that I just want somebody, listen, God, dog, I ain't found them. At this point, I just want somebody that I can get along with, that I agree with. That, to me, you settled.
I think that some people, they're looking for a travel mate through life. They're not really looking for their person.
Which is fine.
I want to make sure that they're asking the question to make sure that they're fine with it. And this is not just for the person that's picking, like, make sure that no one picks you as a travel partner when you want to be chosen as their person.
That's
because
good.
it changes. This idea is revealed when circumstances hit where you may not get to go on the vacation you want to go on, or buy the thing you want to buy, or there's a season of patience and discipline or sacrifice that you didn't think you had to sacrifice. This is when why you chose them is exposed. If this is your person, it's hard, but it's a joy to be in this with you, because as long as I'm with you, it doesn't matter where I am. Other people was like, I didn't sign up for this. This is not the life that I wanted, right? Some people, and I think that's a better way to say it, some people are looking for their person. Other people are looking for this life and a person that can give them that life.
Yeah, I would say just let me know. Just let me know. Let me know what you need, because what you need may not be what I'm willing to give.
Yeah, what you looking for? Because that may not be why I want to be chosen.
So,
We've talked about that before.
so with all of that being said, that is a form of protecting your heart. Don't just go along with something because oh well, he has all of these or she has all of these things. But if they're not, for instance, going back to what you said, if they're just looking for somebody to travel with and you looking to be chosen as that man or that woman's person, and that's not what they're willing to give, don't just settle. Because that means you're not protecting your heart. So if anything does happen and you start feeling like, oh, I don't feel as important in his or her life as I wanted to, well, that's your own fault. You decided to go along with the bullshit. And I'm not saying it's bullshit, but what I'm saying is it's not what you wanted.
I think
you decided to go along with it.
If we're gonna have a conversation about did I protect my heart, I think it may start with, did I ask the appropriate questions? And and you know what, let me say it even better. Did I initiate the appropriate conversations? Because that makes it more of a dialogue. Did I initiate? Here, I'm interested in what you are looking for in this dating world, because here's what I am looking for and here's what I want to be chosen for.
Right.
I want to be with someone that just is so that we can be fixated on each other, and life has to respond to how center focused we are on each other, versus as soon as this life doesn't look like you want it to look, then we have to separate. You got to find somebody else that can help you get the life that you were looking for. You weren't looking for a person, you were looking for a life. You were looking for someone to help you.
For sure. Which is fine, because there's other people that are looking for the same thing. You just got to be clear and concise and hopefully communicate that to that person, or ask questions before y'all get into these deep, then y'all haven't sex and all these other ties, huh?
Before you get into the draws.
Yeah, but you're right. That's exactly what I was about to
say. That's challenging, bro. Trust me. I have been there. It is challenging to think about rationally about what it is. What did I want? Why was I so good? Somebody? Bruh.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I am trying. Okay. So I am my children's keeper said, when it's your person, everything includes in it. I think I don't want to say that I'm biased, but I maybe everybody doesn't understand it this way, but I agree with her. When you find your person, or when you want to find your person, the idea of dying to self so that you guys can become one makes more sense. When you're looking for someone to introduce you to a specific life, dying to self doesn't make a whole bunch of sense.
It doesn't because what ends up happening, bro, is you tend to hold on to what you have built. Like, for instance, if I'm well off, but yet I'm looking for that person just to experience life with and just have these experiences, I'm gonna hold on to all the stuff that I built before I let go of it and see that you can show me more than what I already got. So it becomes contingent upon what you can offer, as opposed to when you find your person, that shit just meshes together.
And again, what conversations should I be initiating in dating? Right? Are you going into this with the motivation to meet the person you want, or to get the life that you want and find a person that, again, can enjoy it with you? I keep going back to these two because I think that sometimes we haven't really determined within ourselves which one we're really looking for, and it shows in how we date.
Yeah, that's true. So are there any questions? I don't know if we got a video for that, but what questions, or what is one or two questions that maybe we should be asking?
I got a video for you.
I know you do.
Yeah. Okay. So just to start this off, so it's long. I might stop it halfway, but oh shoot, it didn't even upload because it was so long. Yeah. Give me a second. Let me Jesus. See if you got anything in the chat. I'm about to try to delete one of these and yep.
Oh, we had too many.
Yep, I'm about to try to read. I think it might be. Is it too long? Oh shoot.
What?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. That ain't the one I was looking for, but Jesus, that video is coming up next. Let me see if this other one loaded. Give me a
Go ahead.
second.
I'm gonna go here. Ali said, "My problem is I can't choose. There are too many." Ali, wow. There are too many good men, and they all have great qualities. So I just keep them as friends or business connections. Nah, that's legit. But see, you know what I like about that though, Ali, is you true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you could easily, I'm sure, go out and just have 15 dudes that you serial dating and running through the week and all of this. But you like, well, these are all good dudes. I don't want to jade them. I don't want to cause any issues for them. So I'll just keep them around as friends. And I think that's dope. You gotta knowing yourself, especially going into dating. See, the issue that I have is I didn't know me when I was dating. You know what I mean? I just knew I wanted this, I wanted that, and whoever had it, that's who I dated. You know what I mean? But being able to know yourself going into the dating world, I think is top tier. Top tier shit.
Okay. Well, then I want to see how you feel about this, bro, because I got the video. I just shortened it. I'm about to see if I can upload it because I think it's going to help us have a different kind of conversation because she's bringing in a different culture to the conversation. So see if you got any more questions so I can wait for this to upload real quick.
Oh, AJ said maybe it's the, let me throw it up. AJ said maybe it's the perception of others that they're more concerned with. I think she's talking about titles.
Dang. Yeah.
I want this title because, you know, it'll make me, in other people's eyes, it'll make me look more established. Or it'll
It's
make
social
me
status, man. Yeah. Social equity.
Yeah.
So
That's
Vic is on here. Vic said, I think in order to find that person, you have to become that person. The other person is just a plus.
That's good. What's your quote that you always say about when you find your person?
True heartbreak is when what you desire desires you, but you're not prepared to give what you desire what it deserves.
Crazy work. You've been praying. You've been praying for this specific type of guy. Oh, he goes to the gym. He makes X amount of dollars. He loves his family. He loves his kids. All of your whole list, and you don't do none of the stuff that you asking God for in your man. You don't go to the gym. You estranged from all your relatives. You know what I mean? I like what he said. Like you gotta be that person that you want to see in somebody else. Because I think that goes well to say when we're talking about your person, if she's already got certain qualities that want, and I have these qualities, it just makes it that much easier to flow in the relationship once y'all finally get together. I'm not saying y'all won't have differences because you may, but I'm just saying as far as the flow of the relationship, it'll make it much easier.
All right. I got the video. It's loading in. And any last questions before we move on?
Let's get it.
Dude, that ain't your chick no more.
Man, you good man. You already know. That boy good.
Hey, listen, let's not play games, man.
Came a long way
to load up. Well, I'm gonna read the rest. Oh, here we go. Oh, before I do that, me as an example, I am dating someone. He is a great man, but to be honest, I don't see him as someone I would want to spend the rest of my life with.
Why are we? So I got a question.
All right, go ahead.
Why are we dating, bro?
Okay. I am my children's keeper. She said, "What that make me?" So listen, I'm on the other side of the gate though, because she said that I'm dating someone and he is a great man, but to be honest, I don't see him as someone I want to spend the rest of my life with. You're dating to see, so just keep seeing. Now, when you finally draw a conclusion, then you have to make a decision. Like I
don't see.
She said,
that's a conclusion. I don't see. Damn. She didn't say I think. She didn't say I wonder. She said I don't see it.
My children's keeper. I tried to help you. I tried. I tried. I tried to help you. What does that make you? I'm more concerned with what does that make him? She said because he meet everything else but the person I want forever. Yikes. Okay, is that an appropriate situation to just friend zone somebody, or this is where we get into the place some people don't believe that once we've dated we can be friends. I don't know.
bro.
That'll probably
I
give me a
think
headache. I'm not sure if I
I
want to
think
do
it goes back to just having that conversation. Like and I understand it is a difficult conversation. Nobody wants anybody else's feelings to get
that. It's
hurt.
not difficult.
It's difficult for some, and it's not difficult for us because I think that we've done work and we understand how powerful boundaries are and how powerful communication is. Everybody ain't done that.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
But if we're talking about did I protect my heart, to my children's keeper, my dear, I would say you're not doing a good job of protecting your heart because you know what it is that you want. And you know this person, as great of a guy he is, either can't or is not, or whatever, he's not going to be it. So potentially,
hold on.
is
she said shit, one day he might become the person, but as for now, it's a no. So again, this is the big life obstacle, right? Do I give up or try harder? Do I wait or do I draw a conclusion? And again, I think these are preliminary conversations you have with someone you trust before you start dating. How long am I willing to vet this person and collect data before I make a decision? Y'all niggas used to tease me about dating for 3 months, talk trash about me. But again, I think a definite timeline, one, keeps you intentional, and two, it helps to keep the process flowing organically. It's like, okay, I'm not going to get comfortable in this place because this is not necessarily where I want to be. So I know that this shouldn't be where I set up shop.
A timeline is not organic, though. That's the exact opposite of organic. Having a time and I do this at this time, I do that. That's not organic. Means it flows naturally. A timeline is not organic.
So you're saying that me saying for 3 months I'm going to date this person, not saying I'm going to stop dating them.
Yeah.
But just at that 3 month mark, I have to have a check-in. Is not organic.
No. So I misunderstood. I'm thinking you're saying if it ain't where it should be in 3 months, then
I didn't go into the details because you already know the way this works, right? So for those who are watching for the first time, my 3 month plan that I used to initiate was that we're only dating for 3 months, and at the end of 3 months, we have to make a decision. Are we going to give this another 3 months, or are we going to call it off? Or are we going to step back and just be friends, right? It's either one of those options. But what it is that you have something you're leading up to remind you that you should be collecting data because we're looking for an answer at 3 months. And that answer could be, I need another 3 months, but at least you guys are checking in so that you don't end up 5 years of dating.
And it's crazy because I
calling that organic.
Yeah, right. And I get that so much, bro, because especially when a relationship is real good, it's easy to fall into this just feel good. I just want to sit in this. And you kind of forget about time and you kind of forget about, you know what I mean? Because it is good. So I'm not.
Y'all forget about time until one of y'all parents say, so what y'all doing?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right. Well, we got the answer.
Okay, here we go.
She said some things I see that I don't think I can live with, but hoping it'll change. I think that.
What do you think about hope?
Bro, I'm about to say the same thing. One, Pookie said hope is unnecessary. Two, I think that hopes need to be communicated.
They do.
Like, hey, and I think that this goes back to what you just said. You checked me a few minutes ago. Sometimes these are hard conversations for certain people, but I'm a fan of the hard conversations are usually the ones that keep people from getting their heart hurt. I'd rather hurt your feelings with a hard conversation than to withhold my honesty from you and then later on hurt your heart.
Come on, man.
I respect the honesty of it, even if it ain't what I want to hear.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's something different. I can respect that. My feelings may be hurt, but my heart will still be intact, I believe.
Yeah. And that's that could be, see, and that's the thing. With that level of communication, bro, with what she just expressed, that kind of communication and that kind of conversation could be the thing to set him on a new direction to maybe want to change some things or give you some things that you're not saying. Or but without that communication, you can guarantee that it may not happen.
She said, right now, I'm giving it a year to see. After that, if nothing changes, it's a wrap. She said, it's been communicated. It's being communicated. But that's a hard conversation for some.
Yeah.
That's rough, man. Because you find somebody like that 80-20 who is so close. And you're just like, I haven't been able to find the rest of this stuff. So maybe. Anyway, the title of tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Did I Protect My Heart? And we started off talking about this all these titles that a lot of people want to get invested in and have like as they're building up their resume. But some people believe that is working against you. Oh Lord, Rashonda, we know she loves her young one. She said, I'm attracted to a gentleman at my church, but he's younger than me. But he's younger than me, and I'm sure he wants children. I think he's into me too. So just tell that brother to give up his dream of children, and y'all can go ahead and be happily ever after.
It's an easy call to me.
I mean, how he wants children and he is a child? Come on, I know you like him young. Just
come on, man.
Too far. Vic says, if you have to ask, it's not the person. Golly.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Ferguson Marv said to her, you seem to know what you want. See, you seem to know what you need to do. Best wishes. Like,
why don't we want to do it though? Well, I know if sex is involved, I know it gets a lot harder. And I'm sure you can attest.
No pun intended. Yeah, no pun intended.
Pun intended too, nigga.
I think that sometimes it could be sex. Sometimes it's just that this person seems so close to what you're looking for.
So close.
Especially if you have not met somebody that even has been in the proximity. And it's almost like, I did want somebody with two legs, but I want to do because they got the heart that I want. They got the mind that I want, the drive that I want. You know what I'm saying? We got a similar dream and hopes for the future. But
I think it's important to realize what the non-negotiables are, especially in her situation though. Like what is it that I'm definitely 100% not willing to bend, not willing to, you know what I mean? What's the word I'm looking for? Not willing to negotiate.
Compromise. Okay.
Compromise, exactly.
Yeah.
And once you find those things, go ahead.
She said, either way, I'm protecting my heart. And I think that's what tonight's episode is about. Are we really protecting our heart? And I think it's hard to say that I'm protecting my heart in any room or any relationship where I'm not being honest.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm not going to say that that's a fact, but I'm saying that's where I want to start the conversation.
I'm going to say it's a fact.
Okay. And so when we talk about these ideas of girlfriend and dating, and I know a few more people joined the podcast, I can see them. We started the show with this right here, the talking stage, dating exclusively, relationship. None of these say a ring was exchanged, commitments were exchanged like before God or anybody. It's just between the two people. And that could be
go back. Go back. I just want to, it's so great. The talking stage is so great because maybe we exchange numbers, do things on a friendship level, and maybe even have sex. That's wild. How we go for we may not even have each other number, but we definitely finna smash.
You've never done that? You never done that?
Sir, we're not talking about me right now.
Oh, but you sound very judgmental. Your tone is judgmental. Your tone is hella judgmental. I felt judged because I've done it. And so what are you saying to me as your brother?
I've done it several times, but I'm saying it wasn't wise. And it wasn't wise for me to do it or anybody else.
But you can understand.
Oh, can I?
Get your life together.
What? That's the reason I got a kid now. What are you talking about?
I am my children's keeper said everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. It's just a matter of when he ready to let go of what I'm expecting. This is wild. I'm not gonna ask for your details live on air.
I am. I'm gonna hit you up after the show.
Listen.
Sheesh.
McJellin, she's at it again.
Wow. That's good.
That was really good. So because we've been talking about titles, look at this video real quick.
Good morning. I'm on my way to the gym, but I actually wanted to tell you guys about this conversation that was had yesterday between my brother and the Arab man. It was a very interesting perspective, and I'll share it with you. So my mother's birthday was yesterday. Now, my mom is not able to eat solid foods, so for her birthday, we'll normally get her some ice cream. So yesterday, it was me, my brother, and my sister. I'm not going to specify which brother it is because I do have a few of them. But we were out getting my mom's ice cream at Cold Stone in Dearborn. Now, if you're from Michigan or if you're familiar with Michigan, you know that Dearborn is where there are a lot of Arabs, right? So we're inside a Cold Stone, and I jokingly grabbed my brother because he had to pay for my mom's stuff. And I was like, oh man, I forgot my debit card. So I went and grabbed my brother and was walking him to the front. And then my sister was like, oh yeah, my debit card. And my brother was like, once you get a boyfriend, I'm off the hook. We were like, what? No such thing. He was like, yeah, once you get a boyfriend, I'm off the hook. And then he looks at the Arab man that's standing in line. He was like, ain't that right, boss man? And the Arab man was like, boyfriend? He was like, yeah, boyfriend. He was like, oh no, we don't F with that. And he said the cuss word though. He was like, oh no, we don't F with that. He was like, huh? He was like, yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend, we don't F with that. And we was like, what? So y'all just get straight up married? He was like, yeah. He was like, you meet a girl, you date her, and then you marry her. He was like, the boyfriend, girlfriend, that's like the number one cause of not ever getting married. The more boyfriends and girlfriends you have, the less likely you are to ever get married. And when he said that,
You're on mute, bro.
Wowzers.
So this goes back to something I've said a while ago. I said that sometimes your commitment to making this pit stop at boyfriend and girlfriend may be the reason you guys never make it to marriage, because people already struggle to have enough energy to make it to the marriage place, but you're trying to create a detour on the way there and giving it this value, which, is, do what you do. Just understand how that may shoot you in the foot later.
Yeah.
We're trying to say a confirmation of Don's theory. Yeah, it's why we aiming.
I'm all for it, bro. I like the concept of we're dating. If that's what we're dating for, again, it all goes back to conversation. Everybody's not dating to get married. Some people are just dating, like my wife used to say, I'm dating for a meal.
Golly, not the side quest. Not listen. Oh.
God, dog.
That's good. But it's really, again, I think that when we talk about these titles, I think that titles give people a lot of social equity, and they want to say, hey, I used to be the WWF champion. Like I was voted best girlfriend back in 98. Like, but I just haven't gotten to wife yet. I don't know. What are we aiming for? Maybe that's next week's conversation, since tonight's show is only an hour. I want to get into another topic as it pertains to did I protect my heart, right? And I think you're going to like these, Mike. So it's 4 of them. We'll start with not that one. That might be the first one. That might be the third one. Yep. So it's this one, then that one, then this one. All right, so check this out. I found this thread earlier today, and I thought it'd be a good conversation starter. We wasted so many good days being angry about bad moments. She paused, and I thought we had forever. So we're having a conversation about, did I protect my heart? We wasted so many good days being angry about bad moments. And I love that. It says she paused, and I thought we had forever. This goes back to something I've been really kind of thinking about the last few years. Like, every moment you spend in unforgiveness or not reconciling with someone that you say that you love is your ego, I think, at such a high place of, the word is in my head, but I can't bring it out. But there's this expectancy that, we have forever to figure this out. Like, I'm gonna be mad at them for a week and then we'll fix it. Like tomorrow's promise type. You see what I'm saying? There's a word in there I can't find, but
That's good.
What are we doing? Like, you have it within you to forgive. You have it, and you know you love this person, but you want them to suffer. And sometimes you wanting them to suffer cause you to suffer more, because what if you lose them permanently to death or to anything in the period of suffering that you wanted to keep them in?
That's really good. It's so funny. Just last night, and I'm sure she won't mind me telling this story. I had one of those moments on a smaller level. So if anybody knows me, or if anybody's been watching the podcast for any amount of time, it's three things that I hold dear that I'm really into. It's clothes, guns, and cars. So I just got a new car a couple months ago, and did all my customizations, rims, all kind of crazy stuff. So my wife drives my car to an event last night, and she comes home. No, you good. You good.
I
You
had to go
good.
pray.
You
I
good.
immediately got
You on
nervous.
mute.
Am I?
No,
I got nervous immediately.
So me and my sister are at the house watching the fight. So she comes home, and we're all chopping it up, laughing, having a good time. And then Janae goes in the room, and she calls me in there. She's like, "Okay, babe, I have to talk to you."
Oh
And I was
my
like,
God.
I was like, "What?" Immediately, my heart started beating faster, and I'm like, "What?" She was like, "I've been trying to figure out how to tell you this." And so she says, "So I was parking and I scratched up your rims." Nigga,
I mean,
nigga. So
women do.
remember, I prefaced it with, if you know me, the things that I'm very passionate about, brand new, right? So at that moment, bro, so many, like I'm experiencing like a real time, like time stood still, and I'm thinking about, man, I could go real left, I could get upset. What happened? And how did you do that? And you weren't paying attention. And how could you? And I just got those, all of the things are going through my mind in this moment. Nigga, I looked at her, gave her a kiss, said it's cool. And we walked out the room and had a good rest of the night. And in that moment, bro, what you were just saying, those choices that we make for the people that we say we're loved in those moments. Yeah, I could have been irritated, bothered, could have not talked to her for the rest of the night, and maybe even been justified in my frustration. But why? What? It's done. She didn't do it on purpose. You know what I mean?
And I think, and that's the part, man. Too often we say we love someone, and when they make a mistake and we know it wasn't malicious, we put all this energy into withholding our love so that they can experience a form of suffering. But why would you want someone you love to suffer, especially when they didn't do it maliciously and it was a mistake? And I think that love is needed most when a mistake is made. But for some people, they see that as an opportunity to put on this victim crown, thinking that maybe this might earn them an IOU in the future or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to hold this one in my back pocket when I want to use it. And I think sometimes that just comes from the examples that were set, unless you're the one with the evil heart.
Yeah. And I think, and for me, I had to go one step further, just because the type of man that I'm trying to be and the type of man I know that I want to be, not just in my relationship, but in life in general, just to make sure that side of me was completely dead. I went and bought her some shoes today. Them shoes that you saw in the back,
That wasn't for me.
No, those were for her. But it's just
And your wife said, and these are the reasons why I married this man. He reacted as God would in that situation.
Yeah,
don't cry.
But it was a growth moment for me too, because had that not been her, or had that been 2 years ago, it may have been a little bit different. It may have been, maybe I'm not talking to you for the rest of the night. It may have been, I'm gonna just leave and huffing and puffing, and you can't drive my car no more. That kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, McJellin said, "Wow, so powerful." Vic said, "Good job, man." This is. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
I know if anybody is, you are.
Yeah, you already know how it is.
It's good though,
Tyler
man.
Freeman said, "I agree. Sometimes it's not being a victim, though. Sometimes it's just subconsciously done. I had
Yeah.
an issue with holding back and love, and I had an issue with holding back, and I love you and affection when disagreements were had. But later
Mm.
down there will be a final day when you're in your life, but you don't know when last day is." Well, because you said that, after we read this, we wasted so many good days being angry about bad moments. She says she remembered silent dinners, the nights they slept angry, the apologies she almost accepted but made him wait for.
Mm. Woo.
So we're asking, did I protect my heart? You
Wow.
holding a grudge in your heart is
Wow.
not protecting your heart, because your heart don't want to hold that grudge. You holding
God.
resentment and anger towards someone that the heart has chosen to love is not protecting your heart.
Golly.
No, we're not done. And then she said her daughter started crying. The old woman held her hand and said, "Don't wait until someone is gone to decide the fight wasn't that important."
All right. Whew. Yeah.
Y'all want to make Mike cry? Because we got one more.
Mm.
And the last one says, "You probably won't remember most of the arguments, but one day you'd give anything for one more ordinary day with someone you love. Forgive faster. Love while they're here." Good job, bro.
And what's crazy about this, I think we all have, maybe not all, but a lot of people have, maybe it's not a romantic partner, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend whom, we got into it a long time ago and we ain't talked in 5 years, but in your heart you miss that person. In your heart you want to talk to that person. In your heart you know that you should reconcile whatever that situation is, but that pride and that ego and that maybe even that anger, even if they were wrong, has stopped you from reaching out and just been like, you know what? It's been too long. I just want you to know I love you and I forgive you, or I love you and I'm sorry, whatever the case may be. And that person passes away and you don't get that opportunity, and that's the worst feeling when it's
Yeah.
like, damn, I
Yeah,
could have just picked
man.
up the phone. I could have sent a text. Yeah.
That's good. That's good, man. So we got a quote over here. Paulette, what up? She said, "The maturity of that response shows heart work. Learning to regulate your feelings in real time will protect one's heart." Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Dang, I am my children's keeper. She said, sheesh, you gave me all my answers. And sometimes I think that's what it does come down to. Like, is what I'm doing really being led by love?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think, how are you protecting your heart if you're not leading it and letting it love?
That's facts.
I'm not saying you got to give somebody an opportunity to beat you and walk over you, but I don't believe that withholding love is the answer for anything, because you don't love people always for their sake. I believe that we're vessels of love. And so you really want that to come out of you in all situations. And it looks different. Sometimes it looks like discipline. It does look like boundaries, but I don't think it ever needs to look like malicious retaliation, wanting someone's life to end.
Mm-hmm.
I want the lesson to be learned.
Mm-hmm. But man,
Tyler Freeman said, "I had to remember me and my partner are on the same team. Why would we want them to feel like my love is conditional and make them feel alone when we are supposed to be finding a way back to being unified?"
that's good. And somebody mentioned something about, Tyler did. And that's Tyler. That's JT's girlfriend.
Oh, what up?
Yeah. So what I realized is that I think Janae told me this a while ago. Like that physical touch in the moment does something different, bro. Or maybe it was you, but it does something different in the
Yes.
irritation stages. Even
Yes.
a holding hand or a hand on the knee,
Yes.
it disarms you, and it allows you to see with more clear eyes. Like, okay,
So
all right,
the best thing I've learned, which was online, they said whenever it's a hard conversation like that, said one, go for a walk and hold hands, and then have the
yeah,
conversation.
yep.
That environment and that touch can make a huge difference.
Yep. Because
Um,
even if the person, you know what I mean, doesn't agree with whatever you guys got to talk about, or maybe their feelings are hurt, even still that physical connection kind of softens that blow.
yeah, it does. Vic said, "I like this show."
Well, brother, you may be on it sooner than later. So
Well, hold on, because I am my children keeper. Said I don't like y'all right now. So she got
damn, two ends of the spectrum.
back to back. Yeah. So, and Ferguson Marv said, "Oh yeah, that's good." So it's 10 o'clock. We're gonna definitely get out of here. I think I'm gonna give them a teaser for next week's episode.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I hope y'all join us next week because this is what we're gonna be talking about.
This woman sees a failure as a celebration.
Ain't your bitch no more. That ain't your bitch no more. Ooh, that ain't your bitch no more. 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 That ain't your bitch no more.
She worded it as divorce effect. How you outside celebrating failure? That's a failed marriage. This is not the main thing I want y'all to see. I made a comment and this is what I said. I'm right here and I asked, did you divorce him? She responded, yep. Somebody under me said celebrating failure is an all-time high. Another guy said, when will people realize this isn't a flex? And look at her stupid ass pinned comment. I saw someone say, quote, in a marriage, you are a reflection of how well your partner treats you, and outside of the marriage is how you treat yourself, end quote. Women never take accountability. She's basically saying that it's her husband's fault on how she looked. Not saying, I didn't decide to take care of myself, so now I look like this. But all of a sudden, when the relationship fails, you decide, oh, I'm gonna start looking better now.
So I'm not taking
So
either
many
side.
things.
So many.
things.
I'm not
So
jumping
many.
on either side, but I think it's gonna be a really good conversation.
I just want to just a quick comment. Because the marriage ends, don't mean it's failed. The marriage ending can be exactly what was supposed to happen.
I guess it served its purpose.
All right. Wowzers. That's going to be good.
Ladies and
Yee.
gentlemen, at the end of every podcast, we like to leave you guys with a resource. Maybe something was said that touched you in a way that felt uncomfortable and you need to have some conversations with a trained professional. You can reach out to 988. It says Suicide and Crisis Hotline. Don't think that your situation is too small. Don't think that your crisis is, oh, I just can handle this on my own. There's support and there's help. And sometimes that's the thing we need to get us over that hump, especially if you see yourself in a cycle. Trying to quit an addiction, trying to recover from heartache, trying to learn how to better protect your heart, even if it's something simple as needing resources on what's the best way to approach dating for someone like me who wants X, Y, and Z out of life. You can reach out to this number. And as I always say, just because you care about someone doesn't mean you know how to care for them. So if you really want to get involved, you got a friend that's going through a divorce or someone who's struggling with addiction, don't just think that your love is going to be their answer. Strategy is sometimes needed, and you may need to reach out to this number to identify, like, hey, how do I help a friend who's struggling with porn? How do I help a friend who, you know what I'm saying, keeps going back to an abusive ex? Like they have booklets and like science research stuff, protocols that you can implement that could help that person, because sometimes you can make it worse. Just because you care doesn't mean you know how to care.
Man,
I got to say.
That's a fact. And
Mama says she looking forward to next week. Oh, that ain't what I was trying to post. What did you see?
Your sister missed the whole video in the kitchen twerking.
She was twerking. That's probably how she messed up your rims. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, Lee. I don't even know why you would say that, brother.
I ain't getting no tacos on Tuesday. All right.
Yeah, I don't even know why you would say that.
Who praying us out?
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
before you pray us out, I just want to thank you for continuing this show, this podcast. Initially, it was me and our brother Kerry, but you know, life and circumstances and all those things. But I just want to thank you for picking up that torch and continuing this mission, man. I think that, you know, it has helped, is helping us for sure. Other people who have text, DM, emailed us with their stories of how the podcast has helped. And overall, I think it's dope that we can really get on here and show the world pretty much how two brothers, two black men who come from possibly some wild backgrounds have matured, have grown, and have learned how to communicate, how to navigate through life, through relationships, by having this brotherhood, having these types of conversations, and even deeper off camera. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just want to thank you and give you your flowers for that, bro. Stand up. Yeah.
I appreciate that, dog.
Yeah.
Even though I sent you $90 before the show started. Maybe that's why.
That's because your raggedy ass viewers are not sending they.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't listen to Mike. He didn't mean that. It costs us $88 a month to stay on the air. Some of you guys are benefiting just like we are. And if you want to donate to us staying on, $1, $5, anything helps. I don't think you're raggedy. That's Michael. So whatever you're going to send half of it. So that we can see y'all here next week, man. We love y'all. And Father God, thank you so much for the opportunity. Even as me coming back from this retreat, just wanting to stay diligent and consistent with being a help to this generation. And just thank you for what we heard tonight. For those who were helped, I pray, Lord, that something practical came out of it that people can take and apply to their lives and start to see in a benefit or enhancement immediately. And for the rest of us who need to sit with it for a little bit, I pray, Lord, that we just quiet the noise around us so that we can hear true wisdom and hear our heart tell us if it feels like it's being protected or not. We thank you for the boldness and the confidence to be more honest. And thank you for the beautiful life that's going to be a result of it. In Jesus' name.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
It's good. Oh, we gotta do the. What did I say?
She said, "Thanks, it's helping me."
Dope. Donovan wants to do another live show, so we need y'all's input. He's probably finna kick me off of here.
Why?
We need y'all input.
Can we talk for a minute?
You know what? No. I'm stretching my faith and my capacity. Go ahead, tell them if they want a live show. Let's let them vote. You muted.
What's crazy is I wasn't even expecting you to say that. So if you do want a live show, I guess next podcast at the beginning we'll do a poll and you guys could chime in, and then we'll see what's what. The last one was really good. It was super dope. Yeah, so interesting. Look at you. I'm proud of you, brother.
Can we talk for a minute?
Tell the people good night, man.
2 Chainz.
Can we talk for a minute? Come on and talk to me. That's what I wanna do. Can we talk to me, baby? Come on, baby.
really wanna know your name.
Maybe this will help.